So let us see the two-port network terminology. Two-port network of a given system. As we know that the entire circuit can be represented with a black box. Yes, it is a black box. Okay, and this black box is nothing but a transmission line. Transmission line, which is made up of with Z and Y. That Z is having a value of R plus JXL and Y is having a value of G plus J BC. So that this entire transmission line is formulated with constants called as transmission line constants ABCD. Also call these parameters as ABCD parameters. Okay, so this black box is having two ports as per our known concepts. Okay, this is input port and this is output port. In general we call here input is nothing but sending end side, output is nothing but receiving end side. Therefore the ports are sending end port and this is receiving end port. The magnitudes or the quantities at these ports are VR, IR. Okay, and at sending end port the quantities are Vs, Is. As per the known and also as per the learned terminology principles in the circuit analysis, you can write the input port parameters in terms of output port parameters using this ABCD constants. Let me try to write down those equations called as two-port network equations for a transmission line, called as transmission line equations. The transmission line equations are, the first one, Vs, which is equal to AVR plus BIR. Okay, and next this two-port network which is defined with ABCD constants is defined with one set of equations having two equations, one set having two equations. In that, one of the equation is Vs, which is equal to AVR plus BIR, and next is about the input quantity called Is, defined in terms of VR, IR and CD parameters as Is, which is equal to CVR plus DIR. This is the set of equations. This set of equations explains as calculation of VSIS called input quantities of voltage and current in terms of known quantities called as VR, IR with constants or parameters as A, B, C, D, ABCD constants. Thereby, with the help of these equations, we can estimate the input power. Power P is equal to VSIS cos phi S. Okay. So let us define what are these transmission line constants in detail. So how to get this ABCD parameters also in detail. If you check it, Vs depends upon VR and IR. To get the constants of this A and C, which relates with VR, this IR terms should make to as 0. When do these terms will become 0? If and only if the current on the receiving end side becomes 0, then only these two quantities will become 0 in that equations. So the current 0 is nothing but technically we say that open circuit. So this two-port network, that is called as a transmission line, on the receiving end side, first step will make it as open circuit. So let me write here open circuit at receiving end side. Receiving end side. So I mean to say that if it is open circuited at receiving end side, the current at that side will become 0. IR will become 0. With IR as 0, we can write the modified equations of transmission line as Vs is equal to AVR with the condition applied that IR is equal to 0. Since IR is 0, B into 0, 0. Thereby the equation will be reformed as Vs is equal to AVR. Next, the current Is can be written as Is is equal to CVR with the same condition applied, IR as 0. So at the output side called as receiving end side, if you open circuit it, then we will get the two constants called as A and C. How to get A and C from here? Yes, rearrange the equations. A is equal to Vs by Vr with the condition applied IR as 0. So that you can say this as A as voltage gain, whose unit is dimensionless, no units. Whereas coming to the C constant, the constant C is written as Is by Vr, the ratio of the sending end current to the receiving end voltage with the condition applied. The condition is IR should be 0. I by V is nothing but admittance. Since its value is admittance, the unit for this is mho, MHO, otherwise Simon. Okay, it is dimensionless. A is, whereas C is mho, equivalent to admittance. So from this case study called as open circuited terminals on the receiving end side, we got the constants called A and C. The next two constants that are available is B and D. To get the magnitudes of this B and D on the same receiving end side, now I am going to short circuit it. So the next case study is short circuit on receiving end side. Short circuiting on the receiving end side, technically its equivalence is VR must be 0. Under short circuit the voltage is 0. So that these two terminals are short circuited, keeps that voltage as 0. Whenever that voltage becomes 0, then the first term in these two equations will be 0. So that Vs Is is correlated in terms of IR with the constants of BD, rewritten as Vs is equal to BIR with the condition VR is equal to 0. And next, the current Is is equal to DIR with the condition VR is equal to 0. Rearrange the terms. Then the constant B is the ratio of Vs to IR, Vs to IR with the condition VR is 0. As the ratio of voltage to the current is impedance, whose unit is ohms. So B constant is having a unit of ohms and it is equivalent to impedance of that line. And next the last parameter called D, which is equal to the ratio of Is to IR with the condition applied VR as 0. And it is called as current gain. Out of this ABCD now, out of this ABCD constants, A is dimensionless, D is also dimensionless, doesn't have any units. A is voltage gain representation and D is current gain representation, whereas B and C are, B is equivalent to impedance, so the unit is ohms, and C is equivalent to admittance, whose unit is mho, MHO, mho. Okay, so out of this ABCD constants with conditions applied, we can model the mathematical transmission line with the two-port network terminology. Okay, so what is the use of finding out all these ABCD values? Our single line objective of this second unit is to find out the performance. That means finding out the efficiency and regulation. So if you find out the ABCD constants of this transmission line, calculation of the regulation will be very simple. Let me check that regulation process. As we know that the regulation is nothing but the amount of the voltage deviated from full load to no load. Whenever the load is reducing gradually, then there will be a deviation in the voltage. So that percentage of deviated voltage in terms of full load voltage is called as regulation. Anyhow, we discussed in the previous classes. And the mathematical formula for that percentage regulation is equal to VR naught, no load voltage VR naught minus full load voltage VR expressed in terms of full load voltage multiplied with 100 to get percentages. Then our objective is here to find out VR naught. Okay. So if you observe the set of equations, what are set of equations? Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR and Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. So for this set of equations, if you apply the condition called as no load operation, what I mean to say is open circuited operation, because no load or open circuit both are same. If the line is operated at no load or open circuited, then we know that the current at that side will be 0. With the current IR is equal to 0 applied to that set of equations, then I can write that Vs, first equation, as A into VR plus B into IR. Anyhow IR is 0, that is why I am not writing that second term. Since this equation what I am going to write here belongs to no load operation, then I have to represent this VR as no load voltage, VR naught. Suffix 0 is added to that previous known equation. Okay. Then what is VR naught? VR naught is now equal to calculated Vs from the above expression divided by transmission line constant A with the condition applied. What is the condition applied? IR should be equal to 0. Means once you get the values of this ABCD constants, using first constant called A, you can estimate the no load voltage on the receiving end side called VR naught, which will be helpful for finding out regulation. Okay, as simple as that. Therefore, percentage regulation is equal to VR naught value, which is equal to Vs by A. Consider only magnitude, because in regulations we will see only the magnitudes. So VR naught minus VR by VR into 100. Okay. Previously, if you go for KCL and KVL analysis analytical method, no. There, to find out VR naught, we have to redraw the circuit. We have to apply the voltage division rule across the series elements. Then at final stage, we will get the VR naught. But here, it is very simple. First, calculate the constant A, which is equal to Vs by VR. With the condition applied, IR is equal to 0. After getting this A and B constants, get the value of Vs. Use that Vs here and transmission line constant A to find out percentage regulation. So coming to the short transmission line modeling. As we know that it consists of only series branch elements called as resistance and inductance, with two ports identified as receiving end port with quantities as VR and IR, and sending end quantities are Vs and Is. These two elements are represented with its series impedance called Z. Now, applying KVL and KCL for this type of networks, we have to frame the equations in this format called as Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR and Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. So coming to here, as we know that in a short transmission line, because of forming a series circuit, the currents will be same. That is, the sending end current Is is equal to IR. Let it be equation 1. Okay. And coming to the sending end voltage on applying KVL. So applying KVL, its value is minus Vs plus IR into Z plus VR is equal to 0. So that the voltage Vs can be written as Vs is equal to VR plus Z into IR. Let it be equation 2. Okay. So comparing the equations of this short transmission line 1 and 2 with our performance equation of a two-port network, VSIS, then comparing those two, we can write them as Vs, which is equal to VR plus Z into IR, and the Is can be written as Is is equal to, since Is is equal to IR, the VR term is 0. Thereby the coefficient here it is 0 plus 1 into IR. I mean to say Is is equal to IR. So comparing this short transmission line equations with this generalized characteristic equations. So ABCD constants are obtained for short transmission line. Then ABCD values for short transmission line. A is equal to comparison, it is 1, B is equal to Z, C is equal to 0 and D is equal to 1. Therefore 1 Z 0 1. You can observe. So this short transmission line is having only series elements called as Z with shunt admittance neglected, that is Y as 0. As per our discussion, B is related to the impedance quantity, that is why we got that entire Z is in the B. And in the C value, as we know that C is related to admittance, since the admittance is 0 because of open circuited. For open circuit, impedance is high. If the impedance is high, admittance is low. That is why Y is equal to 0. You can observe that in the case of C constant. Since out of this ABCD values, we can observe that A is equal to D. Then we can call this short transmission line as symmetric line. And verification process whether it is a reciprocal circuit or not is done with calculation of AD minus BC and it should be value equal to 1. So verifying that AD minus BC whose value is equal to here 1 minus Z into 0, that is equal to 1. Thereby this short transmission line is a reciprocal line with symmetric. Okay. So the constants for this ABCD are 1Z 0 1. In the same lines, now we have to find out for medium transmission lines also. In the medium transmission lines, we know that the line is modeled with the end condenser method. So let us start with end condenser method. As per the end condenser method, we know that the transmission line is modeled with series impedance capital Z and shunt admittance Y. And this shunt admittance will have only capacitance parameter, whereas the series impedance is formed with both resistor as well as inductance, represented as R plus J omega L, and Y is equal to 0 plus J BC, where BC is called as capacitive susceptance, and the network is now modeled as it consists of a series impedance like this and shunt branch admittance, and that entire shunt branch admittance is located on the receiving end side, and the port terminals are identified as VR. Current here is identified as IR. This element is having an admittance of Y. This element is having an impedance of Z with the sending end port terminals as quantities VS, IS. For this network, now what to do is we have to apply KCLs and KVLs, and finally we have to get the magnitudes of VS, IS in terms of VR, IR with their defined constants called as A, B, C, D. Okay, these will be the coefficients in that equations. Then here also we will follow a general procedure called as we will start with receiving end side. Applying KCL and KVLs, we will move towards sending end side. So coming to here, whenever started with the receiving end side, for a known values of VR and IR, as I told that they are independent. Since they are independent, their values will be known prior to our analysis. Okay. So VR and IR are known quantities. Since VR is known and Y is known, the branch current called capacitor current IC can be estimated. Okay. So the magnitude of that IC is equal to voltage applied across that VR multiplied by Y. Let it be equation 1. Okay. For this end condenser method, this is equation 1. IC is equal to VR into Y. And IR is a known quantity. So apply KCL at this node. On applying KCL at this node, we will get a current called IS. Then what is IS? As per the KCL, the current IS is equal to IR plus IC. Then IS is equal to IR plus what is IC as per equation 1? Its value is equal to VR into Y. What I am trying to do here is to get an expression for IS in terms of VR and IR as C and D coefficients with respectively. Then observing here, IS is defined in terms of IR, okay, and also defined in terms of VR. So we got IS in the required format. Let it be equation 2. Applying KCL. After applying KCL, we got the current called IS. With the known value of this IS and impedance Z, drop can be estimated. With this estimated drop, on applying KVL, we will get this Vs. So applying KVL, then the Vs can be written as Vs is equal to the known voltage VR across the capacitor plus the current IS passing through series impedance creating a drop IS into Z. So what is our objective? Our objective is to define Vs in terms of VR and IR. But here after writing KVL, if you check it, its value of Vs is written in terms of VR and IS. Now we have to substitute this IS. Okay, so as per equation 2 we know IS, substitute the same thing, then you will get this Vs as Vs is equal to VR plus what is IS? IR plus VR into Y multiplied by Z. Simplifying that, Vs is in the form of Vs is equal to what is VR coefficient in the above equation? Its value is 1 plus YZ of VR plus Z into IR. Z into IR. So Vs is in terms of VR, IR. This is equation for Vs. Let it be equation 3. Equation 3. And this is IS equation in the required format. Observing this Vs and Is, 2 and 3 equations with respect to our transmission line equations of a two-port network, then ABCD constants are identified. So from Vs equation, A and B coefficients called as constants are identified as A is equal to 1 plus YZ, okay, B is equal to Z. Coming to the comparison of the currents, IS equation CVR plus DIR with equation 2 on comparison, we get the VR coefficient as Y. Therefore, C is equal to Y. And next the D is equal to 1. So, the ABCD constants of this medium transmission line which is represented with end condenser method can be shown as 1 plus YZ as A constant, Z as B constant, Y as C constant and D is equal to 1. Observing this ABCD constants of this end condenser method, since A is not equal to D, the line is not symmetric. Therefore, it is an unsymmetrical line. Unsymmetrical line. Verify whether it is a reciprocal or not using the basic formula that AD minus BC must be equal to 1. If this condition is satisfied, then we can tell that the medium transmission line which was represented with this end condenser method is a reciprocal network. Observing the AD minus BC calculation, what we get is AD value 1 plus YZ, this is AD value, minus BC, B is Z and C is Y, multiplication of those two, ZY, get cancelled and its value is equal to 1. Since this condition is satisfied, we can say this network is a reciprocal network. Reciprocal network. So far we have seen two transmission lines. They are short transmission line and medium transmission line represented with the end condenser method. In short transmission line, this line follows the two conditions, that is, it is a reciprocal network because AD minus BC value is equal to 1 for this network, and it is a symmetrical one also because A is equal to D, which is equal to 1. Whereas coming to this end condenser method, the conclusions are it is unsymmetrical network since A is not equal to D, A value is 1 plus YZ, whereas D value is equal to 1. Since those two are not equal, therefore it is an unsymmetric. Coming to AD minus BC value, since its value is equal to 1, we can say that it is a reciprocal. Okay. So objectives are very simple. Objectives are very simple to calculate ABCD constants. Okay. And next two more configurations are there called as nominal T and nominal pi. So let us verify the nominal T network. First case. The representation of the nominal T, all of us know that it consists of the series impedance divided into two equal parts, and the admittance consists of a single capacitor located at the midpoint of the transmission line. Either sides of this capacitor will have the half of the valued impedance called Z by 2. In the same lines, I am representing the transmission line network also. If you see it, this is Z by 2, this is Z by 2, and here at midpoint of this transmission line, the capacitance is shown as C, represented with its admittance as Y, entire Y, and this value is Z by 2. This value is also Z by 2, and the quantities on the ports are VR, IR, VS, IS, VS, IS, and the voltage we know that across this will be V1, and the current in this will be IC, capacitive current. Here also, to analyze this network and to get the constants of ABCD for this nominal T, we will start at receiving end side and we will apply KCL, KVL, and we will move towards sending end side. Objective is to get the equations for this VSIS in terms of VRIR with the coefficients of constants called ABCD parameters. So let us start with the receiving end side. In the receiving end side, you can observe that there is a KVL. Okay, there is a closed loop. That closed loop is formed with half of the impedance called Z by 2 with a voltage called VR and an admittance called capital Y. So applying KVL, we can write the equation for V1 as V1 equation is equal to the receiving end voltage VR plus the current passing through it IR multiplied by half of the impedance Z by 2. Okay. So next, after getting this V1, we can know the branch voltage. Knowing the branch voltage, branch current can be estimated. What is the current formula for a capacitor? The formula for the current in the capacitor is written as IC, which is equal to voltage across that V1 should be multiplied with its admittance called as Y. IC is equal to V1 into Y. What is V1? Yes, just now we calculated this is V1. Then you can rewrite this IC as substitution of V1. We get this as VR into Y plus IR into YZ by 2. This is the current IC. Our objective is not to find either V1 or IC. We have to get VS and IS. These two quantities are intermediate values available at midpoint of the transmission line. So once getting these two, we can move towards sending end side. So coming to the sending end side quantities, IS is required now. Applying KCL. Applying KCL, the current IS is equal to branch current in the capacitor called IC plus the delivered current IR. IC plus IR. IR is an independent quantity and known for us priorly. Whereas IC, just now we calculated and let it be equation 1. So simplify it. Then we will get the IS as IS is equal to the delivered quantity of the current called IR plus IC value. IC value is VR into Y plus IR into YZ by 2. In the simplification process, IS terms are rearranged. How to rearrange the terms? The current IS should be in terms of first VR. Later it should be defined in terms of IR with its coefficients. Then we can write this IS as VR coefficient is Y. Y into VR plus IR coefficient is 1 plus YZ by 2. This is IR coefficient. Let it be equation 2. With this we got the overall simplification for the current IS. This is equation 2. IS in terms of VR and IR. Always you have to check that verification whether we are getting the sending end quantities in terms of receiving end side or not. Here the sending end current is obtained in terms of receiving end voltage and receiving end current. So current simplification is completed. Coming to the next quantity called voltage simplification. How to get that voltage simplification? By applying the KVL to this sending end loop. What is sending end loop? It is formed with the voltage of Vs, impedance drop and admittance drop. So that we can write this as Vs is equal to KVL to sending end side. Applying KVL to sending end loop. Sending end loop. Then as per the KVL, Vs is equal to the capacitor voltage V1 plus the drop across the series impedance called Is into Z by 2. Yes, now I am writing this Vs as V1 value. Yes, this is V1 value. VR plus IR into Z by 2. I am doing mathematical simplification. Plus Is into Z by 2. I don't want this Vs in terms of Is. I want Vs in terms of VR and IR. That is why I will substitute this Is value as per this equation 2. Then I can write this as YZ by 2 into VR, because Is is to be multiplied with Z by 2. I am multiplying directly if you verify it. Plus Z by 2 into IR plus one more parameter called Z by 2 multiplied by YZ by 2 into IR. So simplify by taking the common parameters as Vs is equal to, what is VR coefficient? You can observe here two terms for VR. One is having a coefficient of 1, the other term is having a coefficient of YZ by 2. Then you can get this as 1 plus YZ by 2 times that of VR plus simplify for IR. If you check the IR, it is having a coefficient of Z by 2, Z by 2. Z by 2 plus Z by 2 is Z. Okay. And next, let me write out here Z plus remaining IR is YZ square by 4. So that I can write this as YZ square by 4 times that of IR. Okay. So you can observe here Vs written in terms of VR and IR. The same thing can be expressed as Vs is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2 into VR plus Z is taken as common for our convenient purpose. Z into 1 plus YZ by 4 times that of IR. Okay. So comparison this equation with Vs and this Vs, you can get the constants called ABCD, and the finalized constants here are the ABCD values of this nominal t. What are they? A value is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2, B value is equal to Z into 1 plus YZ by 4, C value is equal to Y. Compare this equation. C value is equal to Y, and D value is equal to again 1 plus YZ by 2. These are ABCD constants of this nominal T transmission line. Observing this ABCD constants, A is equal to D in its magnitude. Since A is equal to D, we can call that network as symmetrical network. If at all if A is equal to D, we can call that network as symmetrical network. Therefore, this medium transmission line, which is represented in nominal T representation, so the network will become symmetric. So one more step is to be identified here, that is whether this network of nominal T is reciprocal or not. These are the ABCD constants obtained for nominal T method. So if you check this nominal T method ABCD constants, let us discuss whether it is a symmetrical network or not, and also whether it is a reciprocal or not. Since A is equal to D value, which is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2, we can say that it is a symmetrical network. What is symmetricity property? The property for symmetrical network is constant A should be equal to constant D. In the same lines, let me check whether it is a reciprocal or not. To find out whether it is a reciprocal or not, we have to calculate the AD minus BC value. If at all if its value is equal to 1, then we can say that it is a reciprocal network. So let me calculate this AD minus BC for this nominal T method. So AD, that is 1 plus YZ by 2 whole square. AD minus BC. BC is Y into Z of 1 plus YZ by 4. Let me simplify this. It is in the form of A plus B whole square. Then I can write this as A square plus B square plus 2AB. 2 get cancelled and its value is YZ. Okay. Minus product of this. It is called as YZ. And plus into minus, minus Y square Z square by 4. If you check this, plus Y square Z square by 4 and minus Y square Z square by 4 get cancelled. Plus YZ minus YZ get cancelled. And this AD minus BC value, what we got is plus 1. Since this condition was satisfied by this nominal T network, then we can say that it is a reciprocal. Okay. In the same lines, let me calculate the ABCD constants. ABCD constants for the last method of the medium transmission line, that is nominal pi method. So let me go for nominal pi calculation. So it is a nominal pi network. The representation is nominal pi network. In the nominal pi network, we know that entire impedance is located at a concentrated place, whereas the admittance called as capacitance is divided into two parts and will be placed on either sides of the ends of the transmission line. So they are called as sending end side capacitance and receiving end side capacitance, and the topology looks like this, consisting of a resistance inductor forming a series impedance called as Z. And next, the two ports of this network are identified to be sending end port and receiving end port, so that here the quantities available are VR as a receiving end voltage, IR as a receiving end current. This is receiving end current IR. Next, sending end voltage Vs, sending end current Is. So either sides of this impedance called R plus JXL, simply we call it as capital Z. the admittance is located. What is admittance Y? Y is equal to 0 plus J BC. So that this Y value is now divided into two parts and are placed on either sides of this impedance called as Y by 2, and this is also called as Y by 2. The currents in them can be written as, this is the current which is equal to ICR, capacitor current passing in the receiving end side, and this current is called as ICS, called as capacitor current passing on the sending end side, ICS, and this current is called as inductive impedance current, IL. These are the various quantities that are existed in this nominal pi method. For this nominal pi method also, we start our analysis from the receiving end side. So let me assume that the receiving end voltage VR is taken as a reference so that it becomes VR at an angle 0. And for a given value of the receiving end power which is to be transmitted or to be delivered by this transmission line, the power is said to be PR. For that calculated PR, we can calculate the current called IR, which is identified to be lagging, so that I can write this as IR at an angle minus phi R. Okay, so after getting this IR and for a known value of VR, we can estimate the current called ICR. What is ICR? Capacitive current located on the receiving end side. So you can apply Ohm's law for estimating of this ICR, because we know the admittance value Y by 2, branch admittance, and branch voltage is known to you, it is VR. Then we can estimate the branch current called ICR. So the magnitude of ICR is equal to the voltage across that element called as VR multiplied by the admittance of that branch. The admittance of the branch is Y by 2. Then the current on the receiving end side is equal to VR into Y by 2, which will be helpful for finding out the inductive current called IL on by applying KCL. So what is KCL at this node Q? Let me call this as node Q and this node as P. So two nodes are there here, P and Q. So at node Q, I am applying the KCL. Sum of entering currents is equal to sum of leaving currents. As per the KCL, the inductive current IL can be written as receiving end current IR plus the capacitor current located on the receiving end side called ICR. So that now IL can be written as which is equal to IR, it's a known quantity, IR plus ICR, which is equal to VR into Y by 2 as per our analysis. Okay, then what is our objective, actual objective? Our actual objective is to model the transmission line using nominal pi network to get the constants called ABCD constants or transmission line constants. Then what are the performance equations of that network? So that network can be written with Vs and Is as performance equations, which is equal to Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR. Similarly, Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. These are performance equations. Our objective here in doing analysis is do whatever we want, like applying KCL or KVL or Ohm's law, whatever the principles you apply for the network, and get the magnitudes of VSIS of this pi network in terms of VR and IR having certain coefficients. Those coefficients are called as ABCD constants. Right now I got the magnitude of IL, which is not matching with our performance equations. In our performance equation, either we want Vs or we want Is. But this IL is an intermediate quantity which helps in analyzing either Vs or Is. Let me check that IL where it is passing. Actually, the IL current, it is passing through this series impedance called Z, which will be helpful in applying the KVL by getting the drop. Then what is KVL? Let me write the KVL. So KVL for the closed loop. For the loop. KVL for the loop, if you apply it, then the sending end voltage Vs is equal to the receiving end voltage Vr plus the drop in it. What is the drop in it? IL into R plus JXL. Since R plus JXL is in series impedance, I can write that. Thereby, Vs is equal to Vr plus IL into Z, series impedance Z. But if you observe the performance equation, Vs should be written in terms of either Vr or IR. But here I wrote the equation Vs in terms of Vr, but not in terms of IR. It is in terms of IL. Then I have to go for substitution for this IL as per this IL value. Then I can write this Vs as Vr plus, let me substitute the IL. IL value is IR plus VR Y by 2 multiplied by Z. Simplify further. Vs is equal to Vr plus IR into Z plus Vr into YZ by 2. So that you can write this Vs as Vs is equal to Vr coefficient. Vr coefficient is Vr of 1 plus YZ by 2 plus Z into IR. Yes, we got in our required format. What is our required format? Vs should be written in terms of Vr and IR with its coefficients as A and B. Okay. And let me go for the Is calculation. Once getting the value of this Vs as per KVL method, then you can know the voltage across this capacitor. Since branch voltage Vs is known, branch admittance Y by 2 is known, you can estimate this current called ICS as per Ohm's law. So the same thing I am applying here. Then I can write this ICS value as ICS is equal to voltage across it Vs multiplied by admittance of that branch called Y by 2. Y by 2. Okay. So once getting this ICS, apply KCL. KCL at node P. At node P. What is KCL at node P? Sum of incoming currents, that is Is, must be equal to sum of leaving currents. The leaving currents are ICS and impedance current called IL. These two values are there in our analysis. ICS is equal to Vs Y by 2 and IL is equal to, yes, here we have written IR plus VR into Y by 2. I'll substitute them and I'll get the value of Is. Is is equal to Vs Y by 2 plus IL is IR plus VR Y by 2. VR Y by 2. Okay. Then we may get a doubt here. Is is written in terms of VR, IR. Okay. But still there is one more term called Vs which is not required for our equation. Then what to do here? Simplify for this Vs also. If you simplify for this Vs, then we will get the value of Is. Let me do the simplification. Then Is is equal to the value of the Vs which was already calculated as Vr plus Vr YZ by 2 multiplied by Vr plus Vr YZ by 2 multiplied by Y by 2 plus YZ by 2 into IR plus one more IR is there here as per the KCL plus VR Y by 2. This is our simplification part after multiplying the every constant. Then I will get that Is as, I will get that magnitude of the sending end current Is with coefficients rearrangement as, if I take that VR on all on one side, then you can verify that its value is VR yz by 2, multiply it with y by 2, then what we get is is equal to, simplifying the part, that is VR y by 2 plus VR y square z by 2 into 2, it is equal to 4, okay, plus yz by 2 IR plus IR plus VR into y by 2, VR into y by 2. This is the equation what we got. And let me simplify further to get a constants of C and D. Is is equal to, if VR is taken as common, then I can write that as y by 2, and here also it is y by 2. Y by 2 plus y by 2 gives me y plus, so that these terms are completed in our simplification part. And the leftover term is, with VR as a coefficient, y square z by 4. The same thing I am writing, y square z by 4, so that this part is also completed. And the next part is IR is taken as common, then you can write this as 1 plus yz by 2. For further simplification, you can write the same thing as Is is equal to VR. Let me take y as common. Then I'll get this as 1 plus yz by 4 plus IR into 1 plus yz by 2. So it is in the form of Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. So that in the place of VR and IR, the coefficients are C and D. C value is y into 1 plus yz by 4 and D is equal to 1 plus yz by 2. So on final simplification, you get the constants of ABCD as, these are the ABCD constants for this nominal pi network. I'll call that as pi network, which is equal to, let us summarize. A and D values are same if you check this boxes, Vs box and Is box equation. Yes, the A and D values are 1 plus yz by 2. Here also it is D value 1 plus yz by 2. A and D values are same, 1 plus yz by 2. Whereas B value is equal to a pure impedance of that transmission line called as Z. And C value, it is related to admittance, whose value is y into 1 plus yz by 4. This is our ABCD constants of this nominal pi network. Nominal pi network. So after getting this ABCDs, we have to further analyze whether this system is a symmetrical one or not, symmetric network or not. So what is symmetricity property? A should be equal to D. Here constant A is equal to D, whose value is 1 plus yz by 2. Then I can say that this nominal pi representation of a medium line is a symmetric line. Also verify whether it is a reciprocal or not. So the condition for reciprocity is AD minus BC value should be equal to 1. If it is satisfied, then we can say that the network is a reciprocal network. Let me calculate for AD minus BC. So AD value, it is equal to 1 plus yz by 2 whole square AD value minus BC value. BC value is yz of 1 plus yz by 4. So simplify for this. If you write this a plus b whole square, then I can write that as a square plus b square plus 2ab. 2 get cancelled, and here you are the value what you get is yz on expansion. Further you multiply it with this minus yz minus y square z square by 4. In the process of simplification, you can observe that this is plus and this is minus get cancelled. Plus yz minus yz get cancelled, and thereby the AD minus BC value is equal to the one left over. Then I can say that this pi network is also a reciprocal network. Reciprocal network. So we are at the end of this ABCD constants, where we finalized that total four circuits are analyzed so far. They are short line representation, and the remaining three of them are medium line representations with end condenser method, nominal T and nominal pi. For all the methods, we are having ABCD constants with a very short remembrance, that is A value and D value are unitless. They will not have any unit, no unit. Okay. One is the voltage ratio and the other is the current ratio. A is voltage ratio, D is current ratio. But coming to the constant B is related to the impedance term, because it's a ratio of the voltage to current. The ratio of the voltage to the current is impedance, whose unit is ohms. And constant C is admittance of that network, because the constant C is defined with a ratio of I to V, I divided by V, called as admittance, whose unit is mho or Simon. The same thing I am writing. A is equal to D, which will have no units in our summary part. And next, B is equal to, it's an impedance value having a unit of ohms, and C value, it's an admittance part having a unit of mho. You can verify them. On verifying them, we can write that as, for a short transmission line, let me rewrite the formulas. That is, for a short transmission line, the ABCD constants are 1, Z, 0, 1. If you simplify that, A and D are unitless. Yes, it is verified. And B is having a unit of impedance called Z. Yes, this is ohms. And C is having a unit of admittance. Since short transmission line is represented only with Z and Y as 0, its condition is satisfied. That is why we get that C as 0. And this network is an reciprocal network as well as symmetrical. This is about short transmission line. ABCD constants for a short transmission line. The next is the medium transmission lines. In the medium transmission lines, it varies from representation to representation. In that, the first one is end condenser method. In end condenser method, the values are 1 plus, this is constant A is equal to 1 plus B is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2, and C is equal to YZ, and D is equal to 1. Like that, medium transmission line is there with end condenser method rarely used. And the frequently used analysis is always nominal T and nominal pi. Let me go for nominal pi and nominal T representation. In nominal T representation, the constant A is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. Since it is a T letter indicates that in our analysis, if you check it, the T letter indicates that it is the shape of the T, where impedance was divided into two parts as Z by 2, and this becomes Y. Since the impedance part is divided into two parts, you will get the value of this impedance place constant B as entire value Z is to be multiplied with a fraction called 1 plus YZ by 4. This fraction is common either for impedance or admittance. So where do that fraction exist is our discussion now. Since in the T network Z gets divided, that is why that fraction is available with Z quantity called as B constant. And coming to C constant, the entire Y will be located at the place of C. And D is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. This is for T network. And this is also A is equal to D, so that it is symmetric. The network is a symmetrical network. And here also AD minus BC is equal to 1. Therefore, it is a reciprocal network. In the same lines, I want to write for a nominal pi method. In a nominal pi method, the A is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2 and D is also 1 plus YZ by 2. B and C, where is from the network to network? Here our discussion is to be done with the pi network. If you analyze that, it is a pi. In the letter representation, Z is a constant, it is not divided. Whereas admittance, it is divided into two parts as Y by 2 and Y by 2 in our representation for a pi network. Since Z is constant without any division, I can get that constant part Z directly here for the constant B. Whereas for constant C, whose unit should be mho, represented with its admittance, and that admittance was divided into two parts, then I should get here Y followed by a fraction. As I told you previously, that fraction value is 1 plus YZ by 4 is the fraction. Hope all of you can easily remember the formulas with this simple identification. Here also, the constant A is equal to D, so that you can write this network as symmetrical network. And also AD minus BC value is 1, saying that it is a reciprocal. Yes, with this we completed the ABCD constants of the entire transmission line called as short line, medium lines. Medium lines are represented with end condenser method, nominal T and nominal pi.